Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah and we're going to be talking about books. So in today's video, I know a lot of people have done this already and I feel kind of late to the game, but I'm going to be talking about my most anticipated new releases of 2023. It is February 1st, the time I am recording this, so I know a couple of these books have already come out in January. I just haven't read them yet. So the first book I want to read, it comes out January 10th. It is A Long Time Coming by Megan Quinn. This is the third book in the Kane Brothers series. This is about the youngest brother, Breaker, and his best friend, Leah. Leah is scheduled to get married. Breaker is in the wedding helping out, and they have only ever seen each other as friends. But as soon as Leah is about to get married, that's when Breaker realizes that his best friend has always been the one. The only problem is with every second we draw closer to the wedding, I'm starting to see my best girl in a different light. She's always been beautiful to me, but now I find myself staring a touch too long, my hand lingering for more than a minute. And when she's upset, allowing her to sleep in my bed. And before I know what's happening, it hits me like a ton of bricks. I'm in love with my best friend. I can't wait for this one. I loved the first two books in the series, and Breaker was just a shining star as a side character in both those first two books, so I can't wait to get back into this world. Next is X's and O's by Amy Lee, and this is also released on July 10th. And this is also released on January 10th. This is the second book in Amy Lee's influencer series. So the first book is Set on You, which I'm currently reading. I'm about halfway through right now. And so this book is about Tara, who is Crystal's sister. Crystal's in the first book, Set on You, and that's her story. So the second book, X's and O's, is about Tara, and she is a huge romantic. She is a bookstagrammer who reads romance novels, and she wants to find the love of her life. So she goes back through all her exes and is like, one of these guys has to be it. She is going through this list of ex-lovers with her roommate, Trevor, who is a Boston firefighter, and he would rather run into a burning building than get into a relationship. This book just sounds so cute. I'm super excited to read this, especially with the whole like bookstagrammer romance lover. Next is The Final Offer, which just got released yesterday, which is January 31st. This is the third book in the Dreamland Billionaire trilogy by Lauren Asher. This is about Callahan Kane. Each brother in the series has to complete a different task to gain their inheritance from their grandfather, who owns this Disney-esque empire. So for Cal to get his inheritance, he has to go to his family's lake house and live there for the summer and sell it. But his plan is messed up when his childhood best friend, Lana, is not only living at the house, but claims to own it as well. And they have not spoken in 6 years. I'm so excited for this one. It's child best friends to lovers to not talking for 6 years to forced proximity because they're both going to be living in this lake house for the summer. I'm so excited. Lauren Asher, I cannot wait. Next is Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey, and this comes out February 7th, so this is coming out fairly soon. This is going to be in a duology called A Vine Mess. I love Tessa Bailey's books, like even the ones that I'm like, it's okay, I still enjoy. She writes in third person, but you get inside the mind of each character. But Tessa Bailey actually makes third person very easy to read. I don't know much about this book except it takes place in Napa Valley, and I like drinking wine. So then we have Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score, which is the second book in the Knock 'Em Out series, or the sequel to Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score, which took Book Talk BookTube by storm last year. This sequel is about Nash Morgan, Knox's brother. I loved Nash in the first book. He seemed like such a sweet character. He is the cop in this small town. And then this book is going to be about Nash and Lena, who is his neighbor. I'm so excited to get back into this book. Lucy Score's books are chunkers, so I know it's going to be a longer read, but I'm super excited for this. Next is The Love Wager by Lynn Painter, which is going to be the sequel to Mr. Wrong Number. I'm so excited about this one. I just read Mr. Wrong Number a few weeks ago. The sequel, The Love Wager, is coming out March 14th. You have Jack, who is from Mr. Wrong Number, as being the best friend and the brother. And then you have Hallie, and they have a one-night stand and then are like, nope, we're not going to see each other again, until they link up on a dating app, and then they agree to help each other in search for the one. I really enjoyed Mr. Wrong Number, so I think I'm gonna like this one just as much, and I'm super excited to see Colin and Olivia hopefully show back up in this second book. The next book I'm looking forward to coming out this year is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. This book is getting released on April 11th. I haven't read the synopsis of this book yet, but I absolutely loved Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez, so at this point I'm gonna read anything that she writes. So I just read the synopsis for this book, and now I'm even more excited. Dr. Brianna Ortiz's life is seriously flatlining. Her divorce is just about finalized, her brother's running out of time to find a kidney donor, and that promotion she wants? Oh, that's probably going to the new man doctor who's already registering 87 on Brianna's pain in my ass scale. But just when all systems are set to hate, Dr. Jacob Maddox completely flips the game by sending Brianna a letter. And it's a really good letter, like the kind that proves that Jacob isn't actually Satan. Worse, he might be this fantastically funny and subversively likable guy who's terrible at first impressions, because suddenly he and Bri are exchanging letters, sharing lunch dates in her sob closet, and discussing the merits of freakishly tiny horses. But when Jacob decides to give Brianna the best gift imaginable, a kidney for her brother, she wonders just how she can resist this quietly sexy new doctor, especially when he calls in a favor she can't refuse. Okay, now I'm even more excited for that. So then we have Happy Place by Emily Henry coming out April 25th. I absolutely love the cover of this book. It is about a couple who breaks up but doesn't tell any of their friends because they're all gonna go on a summer trip. And so the couple pretends to still be together to keep their friends in the dark about the status of their relationship. Basically, ex-couple fake dating in front of their friends. Love the concept of this book. So I hope that this is an Emily Henry book that really hits for me. Also on April 25th, we have You Shouldn't Have Come Here by Geneva Rose. I have loved a couple of Geneva Rose's books. I would say The Perfect Marriage is my favorite by hers. That is one of the books that got me obsessed with reading. This book sounds kind of like creepy. I don't know if I could read it at night. It's about a woman, Grace, who goes out to an Airbnb that's in the middle of the forest, and Calvin is the owner of the Airbnb, but there's no cell service. She's out in the middle of nowhere and she's by herself. What's gonna happen? Next, we have How to Kiss Your Enemy by Jenny Proctor. And this is the third book in a series about brothers. And then they also have a sister, but her book is in a different interconnected standalone series that Jenny Proctor wrote. And so there's gonna be 4 brothers books. We have the first 2 out already that I read last month, and then this is the third one. So in this book, you have the third brother, and I'm pretty sure his name is Lennox. If I'm wrong, whoops. Cannot tell you what the girl's name is. But the Hawthorne family owns a farm, and Lennox is a chef. And Lennox is opening a restaurant on the farm, and his sister, who also works on the farm, has hired a catering chef to handle the weddings that the farm has, and Lennox is the restaurant chef, but they have to work in the same kitchen. The chef that gets hired is his culinary school rival. So now they are working together in the kitchen, old academic rivals, forced proximity, working together. So a little bit of workplace romance to lovers, obviously, because that's how it's gonna end up. And I'm so excited about this book. I loved the family in this. I'm excited to see the other brothers, and then we're still gonna get a 4th book that has not been announced yet. Also coming out on May 2nd is Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams is one of my favorite books. I have read a couple other books by Sarah Adams, and this book is going to be connected with When in Rome, which is her latest release. Noah Walker and Amelia Rose are about to get married. Annie Walker is Noah Walker's younger sister, and she owns a flower shop. She wants help flirting and relationships, so she has Will, who is Amelia Rose's bodyguard. I liked When in Rome, but I think this one is going to be better. Also this day, man, I should do binge reading this day on May 2nd. We have Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune, which is Carly Fortune's 2nd novel. Fern and Will meet, go on this amazing 24-hour adventure together, and agree to meet up 1 year later. Except Fern showed up and Will didn't. They had this instant connection one day, and then a year later gets her heart broken by him not showing up. And then it's 10 years later. It's right person, wrong time. Pretty sure it's going to be dual timeline like Every Summer After was. Next is The True Love Experiment by Christina Lauren. This is coming out May 16th, and this, I believe, is going to be the sequel to The Soulmate Equation. And so this is going to be the girl's best friend, Fizzy, who's a romance author, and Connor, who is a documentary filmmaker. The lead for his film drops out and he asks Fizzy to do it, but she only says yes if he follows her list of demands. And so it's like a workplace romance. She's a romance author. I loved her in the first book, and I think this is gonna be great. I'm reading a lot of sequels this year, I feel like. One More Feeling by Elisa Sussman. This is coming out May 30th. Elisa Sussman wrote Funny You Should Ask, and I actually really liked that book. So this one is still gonna be in like that Hollywood arena. You have a pop star and the member of a boy band. It says it's friends to lovers meets enemies to lovers. So I think this is gonna be great. I love when it's about famous people. The next book is The Pocket Pair by Emma St. Clair. I read the first 2 books on Kindle Unlimited, so this is the 3rd book in the series. It comes out June 3rd. This is about the Graham brothers. And so the first book is The Buy-In, the second book is The Bluff, and then we have The Pocket Pair. In this book, it's actually not about one of the Graham brothers. It's about side characters that we met in each of the books. So in the first 3 books, you have 3 girl best friends. In The Buy-In, which is the first book, you have Lindy and a Graham brother. In the second book, which is The Bluff, you have Winnie and a Graham brother. And then in the 3rd book, you have the girl whose name I can't remember, and you have Winnie's brother, Chevy. Chevy knows that she has always had a crush on him, but to him, he's always been his little sister's friend. Brother's best friend. Next is Unfortunately Yours by Tessa Bailey. This is the second in the Vine Mess duology that she's coming out with this year, and this book is coming out June 6th. Then I'm super excited, Ali Hazelwood's coming out with another book, Love Theoretically. This is coming out June 13th. What was I saying? What was I saying? I have enjoyed all of Ali Hazelwood's books so far. Even her novellas, I listened to those on audiobook and I really liked them. All her books are about women in STEM, and this book is about Elsie, who fake dates people, and her favorite client, his older brother, is Jack. And Jack is the only thing between Elsie and her dreams of getting into MIT, but there's a little something else there going on. And then we have What Happens After Midnight by K.L. Wather. I loved The Summer of Broken Rules by her. It was a YA novel, super fun to read about, super great summer read. In this one, it's another high school young adult romance. Lily is a goody two-shoes, and she receives a mysterious anonymous note inviting her to the senior prank. Turns out that the anonymous person that invited her on the senior prank is her ex-boyfriend, Taggart, or Tag. Lily still has major feelings for him, even though that she is the one that dumped him. Tag's senior prank is to steal all the yearbooks, which Lily's prom date, Daniel, is the target of. And he's also the senior class president. So Lily and Tag are working together to do this little prank, and they have to dodge security guards and even Daniel himself. I'm very intrigued on where Daniel's coming in on this possible love triangle. So then we have One of Us is Back, which I think I'm most excited for this one. This is gonna be the 3rd book by Karen M. McManus in the One of Us is Lying series. I thought it was gonna be over after the second one, but this book is going to come out July 25th. I think this book is gonna have all the characters from the first 2. It's still gonna take place in Bayview. So first we started off with the Bayview 4, and then it was the following year, and it was another person was trying to be a copycat, and now a new game is beginning for Bayview. Simon was right about secrets. They all come out in the end. Oh, I listened to all these on audiobook and I absolutely love them. I can't wait for that one to come out. Going back to my cute little romances, I'm excited for The Roommate Pact by Allison Ashley. This is coming out August 1st. It's about an ER nurse, Claire, and a firefighter, Graham, and they are roommates, and they made a pact that if they aren't married by the time that they are 40, they'll just marry each other. What's so wrong with that, right? And then we have The Brothers Hawthorne by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This comes out August 29th, and I'm so excited for this one. I still have to read the final gambit in the Inheritance Games trilogy, but I want to wait to read that so I could reread the whole series right before this book comes out. I'm not entirely sure if this is going to be a continuation based off that trilogy or if this is going to be like a spin-off series about the brothers, but I'm so excited for it. I loved this world. Grace and Hawthorne, oh my gosh, like so cute. And then on September 5th, we have Along Came Amor, which is the third book in the series by Alexis Daria. The first two books are You Had Me at Ola and A Lot Like Adios. So it's three cousins. They each got a book, and this book is about Ava, who is recently getting divorced. She ends up having a one-night stand with Roman, and it's just easy. You just have to follow Ava's rules. No strings, no feelings, but one night isn't enough for them. I think this is going to be my favorite book out of the three. I really enjoyed the first two, but they weren't like all-time favorites, and this one sounds the most intriguing to me. And the last book I'm so excited about is another book by Lynn Painter. This is called Betting on You, and this is coming out sometime in November. There's no synopsis or blurb for it yet. There's no cover art that's out for it yet. Just anything by Lynn Painter at this point. If she writes it, I'm gonna read it. I don't know if this is gonna be young adult or adult. Don't really care. I will read it and I will probably love it. Anyway, you guys, those are the 23 books I am most anticipated that are getting released this year. I hope you guys enjoyed and maybe you found a new recommendation for you to look forward to this year. And let me know what books you are most looking forward to in the comment section below. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!